And here we are back at Ted Reeve Arena, moving things along. This is Monochrome here with...
I'm Lightning Slim. Hello, everyone.
And we're about to call one of the final bouts here. This is going to decide who goes to the third, fourth bout and who goes to first and second.
That's right. We've already had one of these games decided. Capital City just beating Toronto Roller Derby's Divas to be the first to go into that medal round. And right now we're going to see Bûches wearing the yellow, an amalgamated team from various parts east of here around the Quebec border. And in the red, the South Simcoe Rebel Rollers.
The refs are getting serious now. The jam is underway. Or at least getting lined up.
It's been a day-long tournament, so of course, no time to waste as we barrel on into the evening.
The supermoon has not been our friend today, so we're...
We did have a bit of injury time tacked onto the various bouts happening over in the bubble. Which, threw our schedule a little bit up, but don't worry, we're going to stick with you as long as you stick with us, ladies and gentlemen. Here's the action.
Jamming.
Amazon.
Yep, jamming in the front for South Simcoe. Amazon gets lead jammer. And
for Les Bûches, it is number 78. That's La Grande Noirceur from Montreal.
Amazon calling it off. 0 points for Les Bûches.
And a 3-point pickup for the Rebel Rollers. 3-0 with 19.5 minutes remaining.
Les Bûches starting at the pivot line.
Yeah,
Not seeing much of that in 2014, but
that's right. Moving things forward. We've seen it today.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't know if it's something that's coming back into fashion.
That's right.
Everything old is new again.
Fresh meat. We're watching some very old footage and decided, hey, well, let's bring this back. That's Rapid Ass that just got hit out there for Les Bûches.
And it's Whiskey Sour jamming for South Simcoe. Penalties on the go here. We'll see. Yeah, that is a South Simcoe penalty. And a lead jam for Les Bûches.
A little bit of a pile up there for South Simcoe.
That's hippie check in the box for South Simcoe.
And Whiskey Sour still stuck in this pack, having a hard time getting isolated. And she just barely breaks through.
You see on the bottom of your screen coming around the mountain, Rapid Ass engaging with the pack, looking to the inside and the outside, trying to decide which way to go. Oh, struck down there.
And she finishes it off, picks up another 4 points. But so does Whiskey Sour. Finds a little break. Her blocker's doing a great job giving her a hole. Whiskey Sour taking a huge hit.
And a drawback there. You see, coming through the center of your screen, Rapid Ass looking from inside to outside. You see the smooth skating as she comes around and puts up another scoring pass. That is the full 5.
South Simcoe with a panty pass. Just kind of wasting her time there. Dine and dash Tash.
Dine and dash Tash just absorbing hits from Les Bûches skaters.
Definitely a solid jammer out there.
But
she did get lapped, so that was 5 points for Les Bûches.
Indeed, and Rapid Ass not finished yet. She's about to engage with the pack, but we're out of time.
Les Bûches starting off this jam lying on the Mill Street Brewery pivot line.
The old line sprawl, trying to gain control of that real estate before we blow the whistle. So Les Bûches currently with a score of 23. South Simcoe Rebel Rollers 11 and 16.5 minutes remaining.
And that is La Grande Noirceur jamming for Les Bûches. She is lead jammer. And we still haven't seen it. Believe that is jamming for South Simcoe. Where is she? Mass genocide.
And she is being held very effectively at the rear of the pack. Finally, she breaks free. Mass Genocide has cleared the pack, but not before La Grande Norseuse can put up points, and she is inside the pack again, doing just that.
Oh, taking a little bit of a hit there by that wall. This Genocide really feeling the punishment there, but she just is up and at him. Another 4 points awarded to Les Bûches.
And 4 for Mass Genocide of South Simcoe. You see there on your screen both jammers inside the pack engaging. Norseuse puts her hands to hips. I'm told by some of my more French-savvy comrades here that les bûches is a slang term. It means the logs, and it is also a term applied to people who don't know what they're doing, or noobs.
Nice.
Appropriate for a fresh meat team.
Yeah, the logs. I love it.
And those logs currently setting a score of 46-19 over the Rebel Rollers.
And they're going to call a timeout. South Simcoe also taking this opportunity to have a chat.
Unusual for the team in the lead to call a timeout at this point, but they may just want to solidify their attack going forward so they can nail down this lead.
And you know, it's halfway through. Why not? You got them. Use them.
True enough. You see there the Rubber Rollers, some discussion with their coaching staff. Hands-on, really.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so it looks like a little bit of a line mix-up there for the Bûches. Just going to change things up a little bit.
And that's number 8 who's going to be jamming for them. That's Rapidas again. Rapidas, obviously something worked in that timeout and that pep talk, because away she goes.
And that's Hippie.
Hippie check.
Check.
But we see that this was some kind of false start. They're being called back to the line.
Well then. That might be why it was so seamless, so easy for the jammer to get through.
This false start has occurred fairly often in this particular tournament today. Not sure which wires are being crossed. It just might be the combination of newer skaters.
I think so. I mean, it is a little bit confusing, and you hear that one whistle and you think, oh, this is go time. And so, you know, it's just a little bit of seasoning that will
Rapidas, lead jammer again, a little bit harder work for her this time. And
hippie check
hippie
right
check
on her butt.
Gives chase.
Oh, and number 8 is going to the penalty box. So this is a power jam now for South Simcoe. Hippie check. Only jammer on the track. She's already picked up 4 points. So this could be the pickup she needs. Her
teammates stand to one side, let her to her own devices until such time as they can create some disturbance. And it totally works. She is through.
Yeah, but in previous games, South Simcoe, when they really just had one job to focus on, they were definitely great at like just making those holes for their jammer, and they're doing it again in these passes.
This is a pretty textbook push-in maneuver as Hippie check heads towards the outside. Now you see at the top of your screen there that Rapidas is back, but not really getting anywhere past that wall of South Simcoe.
Hippie check got some momentum there. Oh, she just had one to beat. She does get knocked out.
And that allows Rapidas to complete a 4-point pass.
I think Hippie check almost forgot that she wasn't lead jammer. Just hesitating a little bit. And she does make it through.
A nifty step around maneuver to get around that blocker. And Rapidas has taken a second penalty in this jam. Track cut, and she will sit down again.
It's going going to give Hippie Check a bit more time to pick up some points in this pass.
A bit of disarray for Les Bûches.
And the jam is just about to end for time. That's it. So this is going to be a nice start for South Simcoe, being able to just start with the lone jammer there.
And they brought themselves to within 9 points. A sizable Les Bûches lead has evaporated over the course of that disastrous jam, with 2 jammer penalties against them and a power start now for the Rebel Rollers. 52 Les Bûches Rebel Rollers, 43 and 12 minutes remain.
And it looks like Les Bûches is potentially calling another timeout. Perhaps an official review. Yes, it is an official review.
See there, Les Bûches occupying the jammer line by lying on it again.
Just holding some space. Having a little break. They don't have much room to get too egotistical in this bout, because definitely seen their lead evaporate a bit, and so got to stay focused.
When we return, it will be Amazon jamming. It appears she's wearing the helmet cover. She'll be jamming for South Simcoe in what is like to be a power start, unless something changes as a result of the negotiations happening at the center.
Mass genocide with the pivot stripe. She's been jamming quite a bit throughout this tournament, so it's nice to see that little change in how the pivot operates as sort of that backup jammer.
It's entirely possible if Amazon runs into trouble, we'll see penny pass.
See that pass, absolutely.
So congratulations are in order, because these teams are like to place in this tournament. The winner going on to the gold medal game, as it were, first and second place, and the loser of this game still a chance for that third place in the tournament itself. More opportunities. So these teams have all done very, very well to get to this point this evening.
South Simcoe taking the front, and pack is broken up. Amazon just clears right through. I think that was a bit of a tricky move there by South Simcoe to get that pack rolling and broken up.
That is effective pack management. Amazon takes aim, tries to shopping cart the blockers in front of her without foul use of forearms or elbows. She effectively does so. She has one to beat.
And a hard one to beat. That was quite the sternum hit there.
And now, yes, Amazon being recycled as Rapid Ass back from the penalty box.
And she does call it.
Scoots through the pack. Yeah, Amazon's forced to call.
She did pick up 5 points in that pass.
Yes, even though she was forced back, she already had the points.
So smart call on Amazon's part. Really chipping away at Les Bûches' lead.
Grand Noirceur, number 78 for Les Bûches, lead jammer. She's pursued by Whiskey Sours.
So Simcoe holding a wall at the back. Oh, and an attempt to apex jump. Failed. Whiskey Sour has now picked up the pace.
Whiskey Sour makes her way through the pack, and that is a 4-point pass. That will tie up the bout at 52. However,
quite,
briefly,
yeah.
yes.
4 points awarded as well to both teams. So still only a 4-point lead for Les Bûches.
And we're officially over the halfway mark, just under 10 minutes remaining. Les Bûches 56, the Rebel Rollers 52.
And right out of the gate, that's number 8.
That's Rapidas. Mass genocide,
genocide.
jamming for South Simcoe, but it is Rapidas on a scoring pass. She is through the pack very quickly, squeezing through a very tight spot in order to put up that 4-point pass.
Mass genocide looking for some help in the pack. Trying to deke around these yellow players. Oh, and she forces her way through. Unfortunately, can't quite make it past 2x4. Drags her all the way back to the back of the pack.
That's Millie Malice, 2x4. She's from Rimouski.
And Rapidas, another 5-point scores.
And a big smile on her face as she skates around near our table.
Huge hit on mass genocide. On all counts, all 4 of these blockers are just beating her up.
Mass genocide dragged all the way back to behind the pack by Kennernet. Now she passes the helmet cover to Amazon.
Rapidas hitting that red wall. South Simcoe players unable to break it up. And she does get through, picks up 4. And 2 were stolen by South Simcoe's Amazon.
And Les Bûches reestablishing their lead in the second half of this contest. We'll see if that can last. But now they sit at 79 points, and the Rebel Rollers at 58. 7.5 minutes left on the clock.
Le Grand Masseur lined up for Les Bûches as the jammer. And that looks like Hippie Check struggling at the back of this pack, taking a risky outside line.
Millie Malice has her but falls, and Hippie Check gets away. La Grande Noirceur going inside. That's a great physicality from her as a jammer, and she puts up 4.
Hippie Check now entering the pack. She's stuck behind her own players, and it looks like La Grande Noirceur is not calling it off. She's hungry for more points, wants to open this gap up.
Oh, and there, jammer to jammer. She puts her entire side into Hippie Check in turn number 4, knocks her down and skates on with a grand slam. And this has resulted in a penalty to Hippie Check.
She is not happy about that.
Grande Noirceur is handling business of her own and now has created her own power jam.
Just one more to beat, and there's her 5 points. Just breaking this wide open. Oh, and a nice sweep to the inside.
And that will put Les Bûches in triple-digit territory thanks to a ferocious jam here by La Grande Noirceuse.
Hippie Check out of the box, and she does pick up 4 points. She's hot for revenge here. That power jam did not last long. And there was a track cut major on her as well. There is no lead. Hippie Check just looking to score a few more points before this time runs out. I don't even think she saw the clock. She's trying to pass the panty. Unsuccessful.
Not enough time, but there were only about 4 seconds left when she took it off.
She did pick up 2 points in that pass. 1 for La Grande Noirceur before she ended up in the penalty box. So this is going to be a power start for South Simcoe Roller Rebels.
They need this. They're sitting at 64 points. Les Bûches 109 and 5 minutes left on the clock.
Yep. We need to close this gap up. And they're doing that tricky thing, just taking off the line before the whistle blows. Nice timing there. Amazon jamming for South Simcoe. Very physical skater, and she is out and lead. South Simcoe just taking a seat right on Bûches' lap there.
Amazon, in a mad foot scramble inside the pack and receiving quite a bit of physical punishment. She sees La Grande Noisseur coming in the rearview mirror and immediately calls it off. And that gains them 4 points. So they're not quite what they wanted from that power start, I suspect, Monochrome.
Yeah. Certainly not, and that could have extended at least another lap, but that's, what you learn from experience as well.
A learning opportunity. That is what this tournament is all about, this Fresh and Furious tournament 2014. I can't imagine you're just joining us now, but if you are, that's what you're watching. On Layer 9 Productions, there is your lead jammer. It's number 4x4 for Les Bûches. That's Camionnette.
And jamming for South Simcoe, just leaving the pack now, is Dine & Dash Tash. She is getting dragged to the back. Enters in legally.
She's lost quite a bit of momentum now. As a wall encloses around her, she squeezes through that. 4 points there for Dine & Dash Tash, but also 4 for Camionnette, and Camionnette is ahead of her. Oh, a little bit of a hop over the apex for Camionnette.
She just licks her lips and just takes it easy peasy. Looks like a little passive pass there around, and Les Bûches sees that coming. That's Whiskey Sours that's taken the helmet there.
A wise maneuver to have Whiskey Sours in that pivot position. She's an experienced jammer, and
that happened just in time because Dine & Dash Tash is now going to the penalty box as a blocker.
Oh, Camionnette reverses direction and drives her shoulder into Whiskey Sour. A retaliatory hit by Alice Backstabber, however, brings Camionnette back, and this pack is now moving very slowly. It's gotten into a bit of a grind.
Both jammers just working the angles of their skates, trying to stay on foot. Camionnette has picked up 5, and 4 for Whiskey Sours.
Camionnette makes another apex hop, comes out with 4 points, but also 4 points for Whiskey Sour. They're just trading at this point.
Just running out the clock here.
And
just under 2 minutes.
That's right. Just about 150. Les Bûches, a score of 131. South Simcoe Rebel Rollers, 84.
And there's a timeout being called. Official timeout this time.
The Rubber Rollers on the jammer line there, responding to an effort from their fans. We've had a brief score adjustment. We're now at 130 to 80 in favor of Les Bûches. 1 minute 41 on the clock.
Grande Noisseur jamming for Les Bûches, but she is beat out by number 67 from South Simcoe.
That's Ojibwan Kenobi.
And she hits a wall of yellow there at the back, and she has to call it off, but not quite in time. Les Bûches picks up 4 points, 2 points for the South Simcoe Rebel Rollers.
2 point net gain for Les Bûches. 134 to 82. Less than a minute. This is likely the final jam.
Hippie check jamming for South Simcoe. And I believe that is... Who is that? Number 8 is Rapidass.
That's Rapidass. And Rapid, she is. And lead jammer.
Hippie Check also just getting a little bit of an advantage out of that pack. South Simcoe has a wall at the back. Rapidass trying to get her team to break that up a little bit. Hippie Check just coasting around that outside line. She tries to overtake her, but Rapidass stays on her feet. Certainly a valiant effort.
Hippie Check laughing at herself. She perhaps not the effect she wanted.
Yeah. Stuck behind a serious wall. Hippie Check looking for any little edge.
Official time has expired. When the jam is over, it's all over. And we'll see what the final score is. Safe to say, with a 50-point separation, this is a victory by Bûches over the Rebel Rollers of South Simcoe. The Rebel Rollers will now immediately play the Divas in that bronze medal game.
Red and black versus red and black.
Oh, somebody's going to change, I think.
I would hope that the Divas
the referees
have changed by now.
may make a request, yes. But still, if it's red and black versus black and red, I know that's the referees. I know that's their least favorite.
Well, it's also super common. Seems to be the favorite of brand new leagues, especially.
Indeed.
Still waiting for this final score. Fans and the Rebel Rollers lining up on the line. We know who won. We're just waiting for everything to be all official-like. And that's it. 90 points for the Rebel Rollers, 139 for Les Bûches.
And actually, there was a last-moment point adjustment there. Les Bûches, one less. They had 140 down to 139.
Yep.
A victory nonetheless. Les Bûches moving on to face Capital City's Cannon Dolls 2 bouts from now. My name is Lightning Slim. I've been joined by
Monochrome. And we are going to take a very short break.
Very short. Go absolutely nowhere. Like make a really quick sandwich and get back to your computer, folks.
Just grab a beer and have the sandwich later. Have a Mill Street beer.
See you shortly, folks.
See you soon.
Jax is yelling at Obi.